What started out as a joke about robbing a bank has turned into the real thing. The Barbie Bandits are on their way. After first going to the wrong bank and then laughing through their time at the right one as if it was all just a prank, they had done it. The Barbie Bandits are now holding their bag of cash in the parking lot of a suburban Atlanta bank.
We were so scared. My heart, I think it stopped at one point. And I looked over, we looked at each other, we just started running.
They made it to their car and were off.
We just looked at each other and started smiling and touching the money.
Heather says even smelling it, spreading it out on the floor of their apartment, the two began putting it into piles, $11,000 worth. Money she says they would have to share with Ashley's boyfriend and the inside man, the teller. In the end, a few $1,000s each.
What was the first thing the two of you decided to do with the money?
Go straight to the mall.
For what?
Whatever we wanted.
And apparently they wanted highlights. A moment highlighted once again on surveillance at one of Atlanta's priciest hair salons.
So you robbed a bank and went and got highlights?
Yes.
While at the salon, everyone was talking about the Barbie Bandits. But the stylists had no idea the Bandits were right there.
But you had no idea that the two girls sitting back here
No, not at all.
were the Bandits?
And the only reason I remember the one girl was because of mentioning wanting to go shopping and needed to run to Gucci.
Was that the most you'd ever spent on your hair?
Yes.
As they were getting highlights, detectives were getting tips. For one, authorities had already been given the biggest gift of all, surveillance of the Bandits, with only one minor disguise.
Wearing sunglasses. Wearing designer sunglasses. With the pictures out there, the thought was someone knows them, we're going to get a call. They just didn't realize how many calls they were going to get.
There were hundreds. Everything from the grandfather in North Carolina convinced it was his granddaughter. He said she'd been getting into a lot of trouble lately, to dozens of callers convinced it was someone else.
They said it was Paris Hilton. Yeah, we had the Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie. That was probably the most overused one.
It's time now for the Showbiz Tonight video of the day.
It seemed everyone was buzzing about the two girls,
called Barbie Bandits.
buzzing about the Barbie Bandits.
Barbie Bandits.
You didn't coin the phrase Barbie Bandits?
No, I hope I didn't.
Sources say the first real break came from a caller connected to the strip club, and soon detectives were hot on the Bandits' trail. 2 days after the heist, while in their car, the girls were surrounded.
That's it.
You knew
I knew, yeah.
that you'd been caught.
Yes.
It had come to an end.
Yeah. I just knew we were going to be in a lot of trouble.
Heather and Ashley were arrested, arraigned, and thrown behind bars. Ashley, who declined to talk to Primetime, is facing charges not only for the bank heist, but for drug possession as well. Heather spent a month in jail before her parents bailed her out. And what about their alleged accomplices? Benny Allen, the teller, is out on bail and maintains his innocence. Michael Chastain, Ashley's boyfriend, is serving time in state prison on an unrelated drug and weapons conviction.
It may have started out as a joke, but all the fun and games ended when they walked into that bank.
For Heather's parents, this has been a nightmare. Lisa remembers her daughter's call from the police station.
Devastating. It's been very difficult. As a mom, I always did everything with my children, and I hope that I would instill positive values in them by doing with them. And I thought that that would pretty much guarantee me wonderful adults. But I guess there is no guarantee.
Along with the tears, there's been anger. How could their daughter do this? Heather is back at home now, awaiting trial. The family is back to playing tennis on Sundays after church. But they all know that Heather's freedom could be short-lived. She faces up to 10 years in prison.
I thought as a mother, what did I do wrong?
Where do you think it went wrong?
When she walked out the door and got involved with people.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of negative peer pressure out there that kids prey on other kids.
Familiar words for Cobb County Police Officer Wayne Delk.
That's the easy out for parents. My child just hanging out with the wrong crowd. Not realizing that all the other parents in that crowd, when their kids get in trouble, say the exact same thing. I think a lot of times parents are not as involved in their children's lives as they think they are.
Now the Johnstons are fighting to keep Heather out of prison, hiring attorney Clay Thompson, a former prosecutor who used to go after robbers himself.
Is it fair, though, that she not go to prison when we've all seen her caught on that surveillance tape laughing in the bank as she's robbing it?
This was totally an inside job. The teller basically was telling them what to do, even telling them how to get to the place, and even when they got lost.
But she went along with it.
She did go along with it. And like I say, we're not asking for no punishments. We're just asking for the right punishment.
If you were to turn on the TV and see two girls robbing a bank, would you think that they should be punished?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Not prison.
They knew enough to begin spending the money as soon as they got it. That speaks volumes to me.
And they should go to prison.
I do believe they should, yes.
When you look back at those surveillance images, do you think of how stupid it was?
Yes. I can just see a picture in my head of like us standing there. And I think, man, I wish I could take this back, you know?
And the sunglasses. When you see those
I love
sunglasses.
those sunglasses.
Heather is now working in sales, already having lost one job after her bosses realized she was one of the Barbie Bandits. She now says she wants a second shot at college, but admits she still has that other wish from childhood, to be a swimsuit model.
Do you look at those two things, though? A swimsuit model versus going back to college? Does one weigh more heavily for you? Does one seem like the smarter path?
Yeah, college.
But which path would you pick?
You could do both, right?